Hi, I'm Molly Ringwald, and I'm here to talk about my new book, When It Happens to You. I originally conceived When It Happens to You as a story, a collection of stories that would be interconnected. But originally, the connections were going to be sort of more random and not as connected. And then as I started to write the first story, I realized that I really wanted to sort of to focus more on a cast of characters, and then it sort of took its shape as a novel, and then they just got more and more and more connected. So that's really what the process was like. The easiest part for me of writing fiction is character, because that's, I think, my strength, probably because of all the years I've spent as an actor studying character and character bios and what makes people tick. That's always been the most interesting. So that comes the easiest. And I think the more challenging parts, is when I have to write in a different voice than me. If it's a male voice, or if it's there's a character in my book who's 73 years old, and I don't know what it's like to be that age yet. I can only imagine. So then it sort of, you rely more on imagination or observation.
Chronologically, you're 16 today. Physically, you're still 15.
I do remember the first time I met John Hughes. I was 15 years old. It was on a weekend. I remember that because I wasn't too crazy about doing something that was work-related on the weekend. And I met him in the lobby of a hotel at Universal, because I think he was being put up by Universal. And the first thing I noticed about him were the sneakers that he was wearing, because he was really big into sneakers. And then so my eye traveled up, and then I saw the spiky hair and the glasses, and I thought, oh, this isn't going to be too bad. This isn't going to be like work. He's going to be fun. I never auditioned for John Hughes. I just met him, and he had already written 16 Candles with my picture on the wall, because somebody gave him a stack of headshots at the agency that he was at. And he picked out my headshot and wrote 16 Candles apparently over a weekend. He was also a very fast writer. So he already pretty much just decided that he wanted me to play the part, but he just had to meet me and see if we got along, and we clearly got along.
You got some attention recently for saying that Ducky was gay.
Yes.
And then John Cryer was like, no, he's not. Did he call you and tell you were wrong?
No, he told me, he respectfully disagreed with me on Twitter. I totally respect. He did not think, or he does not think that Ducky's gay, but I think Ducky's gay. He's so gay. Come on. I don't know that John Hughes knew necessarily that he was writing this gay archetype, but he did base the character on my best friend, Matthew Freeman, who was not out at that age, but is now out and married to a man. So I really do believe that he was writing this character who was gay, but I don't think the Ducky knows that he's gay. I think if we picked it up years later, he would be. And he'd probably be married to a guy, and they'd probably be having a kid. I kept everything from Pretty in Pink except for the prom dress, and I would love to have that now. It's so ugly. I would just love to have, it's so iconic and terrible, but wonderful, wonderfully terrible.
And you tweeted, I think, was it yesterday, where you tweeted our Jodie Foster story?
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I thought that it was great. I tweeted that I felt like a lot of people wouldn't sympathize, because most people feel that if you're an actor and if you're in the public eye, then you should give up all of your human rights, and that's just something that you should sign off on. And if you don't want to be in that position, then you should quit acting. And I don't believe that to be an actor, it means that you're not a human being anymore. It was a lot easier when we started. The internet wasn't around. There were only 4 television stations. There was paparazzi, but it wasn't at all to the extent that it is now, at all. So it was a lot easier, and I think that I agree with her. I feel the same way, that if I had to go through that now and I was making the choice, I wouldn't make the same choice at all. I wouldn't be an actor. But I don't even know if I would have made the same choice anyway. I mean, we both started acting so young. We were both 3 years old. But I did hear that Kristen Stewart said that when she was asked if she was going to be any character in the Brat Pack or whatever, that she would be me. She would be Molly Ringwald. So I don't know if she said that before I said that I drink her blood or not.